Look, it's a big win for us. I think that's undefeated in the 4 games this year. And I think the best part is as a coach, watching your team take all the experiences, again, a young team from last year, from the League's Cup, from the tight matches, that their ability to stick together, to suffer through tough moments, to still make some plays, and to not shrink in the tough moments. This is what we want from this group, to become that team that's hard to beat, but in the toughest moments can maybe be at their best. Yeah. So listen, it's a big 3 points against a good team they're loaded on the front line. They put a lot of pressure on us, but we bent, but we didn't break. So yeah, it's great effort from my guys. Specifically Zack Steffen, who I thought really showed his quality. Last year he seemed to be a guy that people externally had a fun time poking at him, and anytime he makes a mistake, coming strong. But I think they'll be really quiet tonight. So just is in a really good place, led that back line. And I'd also say, without going around the horn, that Georgi Mihalovic and Rafa Navarro, 2 DP attackers that ran for the team, suffered for the team, put in a big effort. And when in their world, it's all about goals and assists. But man, it's admirable the way they suffered and ran for the team. So team effort, big win. We'll get home and look forward to a couple of games at home.
Next, we'll go to Matt Pollard.
Chris, congratulations on the win. Thanks for the time. You touched on a number of individuals. I want to start with the first MLS debut or MLS start. Wayne Frederick, your thoughts on his performance and his composure in a midfield that had a lot going on?
Yeah, it's a tough matchup for us. Even the way we were defending in the first half, more, we try to defend in our 4-3-3, be really aggressive and jump with our wingers. We were getting pulled apart a little bit, and it put a lot of stress on Wayne. But I thought that he showed up on the night. I thought he was fearless. He won a bunch of balls, interceptions, duels, tackles. And I know what confidence looks like, and he looked comfortable out there. So it's great that he got his first MLS start. A year ago, or last time we played here, it was his debut. He thanked me after the game for those minutes, and I said, "You don't need to thank me. You've earned that." But here we are some time later to getting those minutes. I think he showed some maturity and quality. Yeah, was there another question part of that, Matt?
That was everything.
That was everything. Good. Yep.
Next, we'll go to Sydney Cohn.
Hi, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
The unsung but actually very sung hero tonight is Zack Steffen in goal. What did you make of his performance? Those 12 saves. It's a single-game career high for him. What did you make of his performance tonight and just staying strong between the posts?
Listen, I thought his distribution, his shot stopping, dealing with crosses, leading that back line in our group was big. I felt when I was watching him, don't think they're going to score on him. He just looked like a big guy in a small goal. That's what it looked like tonight. And I'm not surprised, because his process, the way he works, the humility that he brings every day to get better, to be a leader and a winner around here. So I understand his process, and I'm not surprised. That is the byproduct of a guy that shows up like a pro and is always looking to get better. So yeah, he was top on the night. San Jose is a good team, lots of attackers that they load our back line. Big risks that they take, and we can maybe punish them in transition a little more. But regardless, we have a lot to deal with lots of crosses. Espinoza giving service. So Zach was big for us, stood tall, looked really sharp and comfortable at the same time.
We'll go back to Matt.
Chris, talking about the goal contributions, Cole with his first goal this season, O'Meara with his first assist, Calvin with his first goal, and we've seen all three of those guys do good work in other aspects of the game, but how important was it for them to get that first goal, get that confidence, and then build in the future? Thank you.
Yeah, listen, for attackers and for guys like Cole, for sure. So if you talk about O'Meara, Calvin, and Cole, looking to get on the score sheet. It means so much for their confidence. These guys they work hard, call it Monday through Friday, and just to prepare themselves, but they spend a lot of time around goal and getting sharp in finishing positions, finishing attacks, slowing down a little bit, arriving in the right moments. So yeah, to see Cole, that's a desire goal, but he arrives at the right moment. It's a good play and a pass across the face, and that gives him a chance. And the other goal was, I think, a really good one where I think Keegan splits and breaks lines, and then Omir, we talk a lot about the extra pass and upgrading shots and really unselfish to give Cal a tap in, but Cal also arrives and thought both of those guys came in and helped the game for us in the wide areas, which things did settle down once we went to a 4-4-2 defensively right after halftime. We had to adjust a bit. I think it helped in certain regard, but those fresh legs almost paid off immediately for us, which was good.
We'll go back to Matt.
Chris, last one for me. The broadcast said that there was an issue after the winner, that the referee lost communication and someone had to call a phone on the end line in order to communicate it. What was your understanding of how they communicated that the goal was good?
Obviously it took a long time, but it was a communication issue. They told me a couple minutes into it that they just lost communication. They were looking at the regular stuff, an offside potential, a handball. I don't know where that was. I'm not sure, but I think it was fairly straightforward. They just needed to do the process of getting that right, which they got to get the communication. So it's part of it. They added the time at the end, and I'm glad that it counted because it was a pretty good one for us.
And we'll go to Sydney.
Coach, you touched on it a bit with Amir and Calvin's performances, but the depth of this team right now, especially in the absence of so many players on the injured list, like Josh just being ruled out last night, what can you speak on about the ability for these players to step up when needed most in tough situations?
Listen, it's the next man up around here. There's a lot of teams around the world, even our league, and you hear that when guys are out, how much they talk about injuries. We have a lot ourselves. I've not mentioned it once. Sydney, you asked me the question, so I'll answer it. But it's part of our sport. We're banged up in certain spots, but I always see the opportunity for players. And as I've said and as I've done around here, with Ollie last year, Laraz, with Wayne Frederick tonight, Anderson Rosa recently, I'm not afraid to play the young players. I don't think they let you down. So it's so much a big part of who we are, and we know who we are, our identity, to play with intensity and energy and belief and fearlessness. Young players help that. We run, we attack, and this is how it is, and certain guys get opportunities. So yeah, when we're getting guys back, but until then, it's opportunity for guys, and there's nothing better than a hungry player that gets an opportunity. As you saw tonight, guys, I thought the internal competition, I think, led to some pretty good performances with a bunch of guys in the attacking spots and even in the midfield.